All right, a random fact I love is to be in my own world. तो रह लो ना अपने world में.
The goal is to really learn what not to do.
The goal of this episode also is to understand the principles of self-presentation and of self-marketing. Loki Flex is himself in a mirror. The flex is myself.
I didn't notice that until you said
Loki Flex.
He'll make a great husband. You know how I know? Oh,
cute
he's verified. हाँ, फोटो अच्छी है. भाई समझ गई. जाना है तुम्हें पहाड़ों में. Lost solo, finding yourself. मैगी खाना पसंद है. Chill. कितनी बार बताओगे मुझे उस बारे में, right?
Exactly. Hello and welcome back to Verona's channel, where we get unfiltered and real about love and relationships. Today we're very excited for our episode because we're going to talk about technology and love. In the 21st century, technology has fundamentally changed the way that we interact with one another, engage with each other, and meet new people. The same is true for romance, love, and relationships. Young people nowadays have gotten onto a variety of dating platforms to try and find the one. The challenge then becomes, how does one present oneself in an authentic and impressive way to attract the right types of people? And although many young people are wonderful and amazing, sometimes they trip up in terms of filling out their profile and sharing details about themselves that would perhaps attract the wrong sorts of people that don't necessarily vibe with them, who aren't necessarily on the same wavelength. So today what we want to do is dig deep and pick apart a variety of profiles and really try to understand how to market yourself in such a way that is an appropriate representation of your personal brand. With me today, I have a seasoned veteran of the dating platforms and myself, who has never even been on a dating app. So hopefully the diversity of our perspectives will shed some light on how various profiles are perceived by different individuals. Welcome, Shubhi. Are we ready?
Yes. I love how you use the word veteran because it's truly a war out there. You have to be resilient.
Hardened. Soldier.
In every way. First of all, when you're looking at people, and people will do the same to you. So you have to have a little bit of a thick skin.
I think you, by putting yourself out on these platforms, you're also opening yourself up to a great deal of scrutiny.
Yeah.
And you have to be aware of what kinds of, what aspects of your identity you're foregrounding in this process so that you can find people who kind of resonate with those.
Yeah. And before we start, while this may seem like we're literally tearing it apart, the goal is to really learn from what not to do. That doesn't mean you're not a great person. It just means how to portray yourself very well. That's just life, every single aspect, whether it's professionally or on any app. But now let's dive right into it.
Before we start, I'll ask some questions to Shubhi. So first question is, Shubhi, what's the most unusual opening line or prompt that you've seen on a dating app?
That's a very interesting question. I've had a variety. When you say that, people have, sometimes you look at a message and you go, oh, the sheer audacity. So, what did your mom feed you before you were born that you have the guts to say this to a woman on a dating?
Really?
Yeah, sometimes. But people have said very nice, refreshing things also. But that's where things get a little tricky because complimenting too much can also be a little weird, right? It also doesn't feel authentic. 1 or 2 compliments is fine. So the threshold should be what you would do in real life. You should do online as well on an app, because otherwise it just feels like you wouldn't tell a woman every 10 minutes, oh, you're gorgeous, oh, you're this. Don't do that on the app, any app also, because it will kind of creep me out after a point. So yeah, one category is that. Another is just general pleasantries, boring, hi, how are you, which turns out to be my favorite only because you can't go wrong with it.
Interesting.
Right? As in, the worst you'll do is bore the other person, which is honestly the worst you can do. The third is opening lines. But again, I'm sure I'm hard to impress and most women are. You have to be really creative and interesting to do that. And fourth is, there's this whole literature out there on shocking and grabbing attention. I'm not a fan at all, because then you say outrageous crap. to get my attention. But then you get my attention in a very wrong way, because then I'm like, oh, really? You want to do this? All right.
Yeah, I definitely think the challenge with the dating apps is that there's such a vast abundance of people that every interaction you have to like really make an impression. Otherwise you get lost in a sea of other people. So I think people are taking it to more and more extremes. And sometimes that can be very off-putting.
Absolutely. But I feel I don't want to blame any of these categories, because the culture is set in such a way that the women set a tone that you really have to work for my attention. So this is where my perspective is a little different, where I am equally enthusiastic. At least I try to be.
So the next one is, have you ever had any catfishing incident?
Yeah. Oh, this was hilarious. Okay. So I was in Calcutta at that point. I matched with this. It was just one of those too good to be true profiles. And I was like, acha chalo hoga, maybe real, let's see baat karne mein kya jata hai. And he claimed to be an IIM Calcutta grad. Now again, this world is very small, so it's not hard to find out if you actually went there or not. But I didn't go down to that level for a dumb match, right? Then he claimed to be working at Goldman Sachs Calcutta office. Now, buddy, how dumb do you think I am? Can't I just Google if an office like that exists? It didn't. And my best friend works there. So I actually checked with her. I'm like, do you have a Calcutta office? She's like, no, I don't think we even have an India office at that point. Sorry. So yeah, and the second dead giveaway apart from that, the reason I went down to even look into that, he was asking me questions like day or night, sunset or sunrise, ocean or yes. He literally asked me, and beaches or mountains was my breaking point. I'm like, ye kya mind-numbing conversation chal rahi hai? I need to check if this man is real. And he was really insistent on meeting. I was like, before I die, let me see. I really wasn't gonna meet him. It was too fishy.
And what's your go-to conversation starter?
Really depends on the person. But I always pick something from their profile, because that's what you've given me to work with, right? So I will something, maybe if the profile gives me nothing, then I will start there. Your profile has nothing. Tell me something about yourself. Not in an interview way, but yeah.
Lovely.
I did want to ask Chandra a question.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
What's the outside world like? I'm too far into it.
I haven't strayed that far into the outside world. But no, I think so. It's really interesting because I think the interactions that we have initially on a dating app really kind of set the tone in a different way as opposed to meeting someone organically, like in the real world. And what I really value about meeting someone in person first, if at all possible, is that I get to get a sense of, their overall body language and, in human connection. I think eye contact, I think the subtleties of nonverbal communication to me are really big indicators of my compatibility with that person.
Okay.
It's very subtle things, how they are with me, how they speak to me, how they very intentionally seek to get to know me and understand me better.
Right.
I just think that everything seems to be a little bit more forced on the apps because you are competing with just a vast ocean of other people. And I think the tendency on the app is it sort of becomes a game of collecting as many matches as possible, right? It no longer becomes about finding an intentional life partner. It's really about getting the dopamine hit of someone validating your profile and nothing more, right? You'll have one exchange and then ghost them or they'll ghost you, and it's become a very like inhuman and clinical process of getting to know people. And I'm personally not a fan. I don't enjoy that experience. Not that I've ever like really had it, but it sounds like
it's not fun, I'm not gonna lie.
Like
I've become good at it because there was no choice, and that's why brand plug. That's why we created Verona. Honestly, there was literally no other place to find a partner, but and I think the goal of this episode also was to understand like the principles of self-presentation and of self-marketing and to really close the gap as much as possible between one's online persona and one's real sort of identity. Exactly.
Your profile is so important. Because you could be an amazing person but have a very poor quality representation of yourself.
And it's sad, but you have to adapt to the way the world is. If this is how you have to set your foot and market yourself, so be it.
I mean, that's always the case. Rule number 1 of marketing is empathizing with your audience.
Yes.
Understanding what they are looking for.
Yes.
And adapting in such a way that you'll kind of fit each other.
Spoken like a true marketing connoisseur.
I have no experience in there.
Oh no.
But
awesome.
For the purposes of this video, we will be reviewing men's profiles because that is what we are most equipped to comment on. In the future, we will have episodes where men will review women's profiles, and we would love to see their perspective as well. So that brings us to profile number 1, which is, we can just call him S
Right.
for now.
Yep.
What do you think?
Okay, so first impressions. This guy is new here, so I'm gonna go easy on him a little bit. Or maybe he's deleted and made a new profile. We'll come back. Again, these are things that people do a lot. So to quote unquote reset the algorithm, they'll just, delete and make a new profile. But I think the algorithm is smarter than that. Okay, there is a photo. I will judge it later. As in, I will comment on the photo later after I read because I always focus on what's written. Unusual skills. ... What an unusual skill.
Fascinating.
So much character. I totally want to match with him right now.
Okay, so we have
IIT KGP. I am already sympathizing with him a little bit because he's never been taught how to market himself, which explains the ... Okay, he's 25 and straight and he's a man.
Good to know.
That's actually a nice photo. He could have used that as the first one. Now I'll come to why later. Mirror selfie while he's trying on clothes. Not changing. It's in a trial room. Yeah, exactly. That means he doesn't own that. I bet you can't ... Again. Alright. At this point, I would have swiped left. I do not have the time. There's another one where he's trying on clothes, again in the same trial room. I think he's trying to show how tall he is.
He loves shopping.
But he doesn't own any of these, and they're not even great clothes.
Yeah. So you could have at least gone to
if you're not buying... Exactly.
Just gonna take it in the trial room.
If you're gonna put on clothes that you don't own, at least choose something.
Nice ones.
You've made one choice. Why are you repeating that choice? Now this time there's a different angle to the selfie, so I appreciate the variety.
Tall.
That's what he's trying to show. But I'll tell you what, his height is already up there. This is called the tall man syndrome. Tall men think they need they need a personality, and that is being tall.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. That cannot be your sole personality. What the hell? Again, to some women it's important, and I understand physical attributes can be, but you can't ride off just one thing. Okay, I'm gonna go on, and then I will give comments holistic. I unwind by ... You have to be kidding me.
This is like someone who thinks they're too cool. Like someone who's like, I'm above answering
No.
I am sort of,
Yeah, I mean, same.
Our man is back again in the H&M
Exactly.
trial room. I'm starting to think he lives there. I'm really starting to believe that he doesn't leave H&M.
variety de deta mujhe. Ek aur Zara ke trial room mein chale jata.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're already in the mall,
Yeah.
might as well.
Okay, honestly, a general rule of thumb takeaway. My thing is, don't put the same photo in same setting multiple times. You have an opportunity to market yourself in different settings, and photos speak volumes. You don't have to do anything. Just where you are says so much about you. So if you have that chance, why did you first of all pick a trial room to begin with? But I get it. Sometimes I look gorgeous too. But that can only be one of them, right? You can't put... And it's the same sweatshirt in the third one. He didn't even bother changing it in the third one.
See, I feel like I have empathy for guys because guys don't have a lot of pictures, sometimes they don't... Their instinct is not, if they're in a beautiful place, to okay, get a picture of me. Right? I've observed this. I've had experiences where people ask me, show me this guy's photo. And I'm like, I don't have one. I really don't have one.
I get it.
So sometimes, and guys are also sometimes not so super photogenic, but then are very amazing and wonderful people. So I'm afraid I empathize.
No, I get it. But I'll tell you the problem with the profile. It reeks lack of effort on both parts. First of all, photos, I get it. But make that effort to take 3 good photos. How hard can it be?
Yeah.
Tell your girlfriend, space friend,
right.
as in
right.
or guy friend,
Mom,
who has a DSLR,
cousin,
everyone has one of those.
brother.
Just tell him to take a decent photo of you. Family, someone.
Yeah.
If you didn't put an effort in the photos, then you can actually make up for it with the stuff you write. But he has dots.
He's declined.
He hasn't written anything about him. He hasn't even given a bio about him. And to me, I had a general rule, 100%. If you don't have a bio, I will not, no matter how good looking you are, no matter how aligned your profile is to what I do, 99.9% of times, even if I match, it's gonna be a terrible match because it again reeks I'm too cool for you. I don't want to put in that effort.
Okay, can I address the elephant in the room? After we've now picked his entire profile apart and we've decided that he made some choices regarding his profile, can I just say that he's really cute though? Like, he's cute. I like him.
He is.
Yeah, I just like, I understand that. See, maybe his personality is being tall. But we need tall guys in this world. Like, we just need them.
You're one of those, no? सिर्फ height देख के right swipe कर लेगी. इस समझ आ रहा है मुझे चल रहा.
मेरी height देखिए. It's very difficult to live in this world. Like, I myself am 5'8".
I hope you don't have to be, but I'd love for you to be on a dating app and actually have a conversation with someone whose personality is height.
I'm a fan. I can have the personality for both of us. I have like three people's personalities in me. Ask anyone.
He's not. I mean, okay, again, I think he has the potential to portray himself to be cute, but I don't see it right now.
Agree to disagree. Next profile.
All right.
Let's go.
Yep.
So we have R present with us here in this room today. From the first picture...
Sometimes you form an impression based on the other things.
No, I've already formed my impression. I really don't like it.
Oh,
I
really?
am not having a good impression.
Already.
He looks like... He looks concerned. He looks deeply concerned about something. Like, maybe
don't guys have that Amitabh Bachchan vibe that, oh, angry young man?
No, I like happy boys. Like, I want boys to be happy in their life. Like the last guy, he's smiling.
I know.
He looks so serious. He looks borderline angry to see me. And that should never be the case.
Alright. Random.
Alright, a random fact I love is to be in my own world. तो रह लो ना अपने world में. फिर where am I in this equation? Like, I think already the narcissism was coming through in the first picture, and it's being reinforced by the prompt, which is that me, I'm the center of the universe, I'm the center of my own world, and I don't see myself fitting into that picture with this person who's so focused on the self.
But how is that even answering the question? How is that a fact?
Yeah.
To be in my own world is a verb.
Is a random fact I love is to... Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
There is a grammar issue here.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
A random fact I love is to be...
How is that? Okay, but...
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Oh ho ho. Entrepreneur Sahab.
Entrepreneur, again, raises questions in my mind because, like, I think anyone can call themselves an entrepreneur. It can be anything, right? Like, you can start up anything. Oh my god, they're getting worse. Like... This is really like, this is just, I suppose, like, I have a personal preference
Delhi
too.
Munda lag raha hai. Nothing wrong with it, but aise,
I don't wish to judge people's appearance. I really don't. It's not about the appearance also. It's also about the fact that at no point is he looking in the camera. Like, he's always looking off camera.
And
like,
he's always looking in the same direction.
Yeah. He's really like, there's something or someone off in the distance that has captivated his attention.
But you have to appreciate his beard. It's very, very
he has good hair too. When I need advice, I go to my best friend. I think very boring, bland answer. Low-key flex is himself in a mirror. The flex is myself.
I didn't notice that until you said
low-key flex.
Okay.
One thing I'll never do is I never drink whiskey. I think there's a language barrier here around this. I think there's a language barrier, which is fine.
He
has a tattoo. What's your thought on guys having tattoos?
I find it hot.
Oh,
do you like it?
No.
Okay. It depends on what the tattoo is.
You wouldn't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. With a bumper sticker.
Wow, he's literally in the Saudi desert now.
Oh, that's a very good photo though.
He took me on a journey in this. He's looking regal. He's looking princely for sure.
But it's a very nice photo.
he has looked in the same direction in every single photo.
That's
Did you
true.
notice that?
I did, except this one,
this
but it's actually reversed. So he's actually looking at the same.
I think he has one good side and he's just only put that in. Like, that's the only thing I can say. He just has one good side.
Guys, we emphasize on variety. So, photo and responses, every single place in any profile is a chance to show a part of yourself. Don't show the same part more than twice.
My advice would be, so there's a framework which is used in different organizations called mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive, which means that each photo should have minimal overlap.
Yeah.
And collectively, I should get a full picture, a holistic view of who you are through the different segments which add up. Right. And I would love for your profile.
I love that. That's so insightful.
To tell a story like about who you are, the journey you've been on, where you've traveled, what is important to you, what are your values. You love animals, like kind of you can show me that.
Exactly.
Or you love your mom, you can show me that. And to me, I get a good sense of like the kind of person I'm going to interface with.
I can give a little actionable pointers to that as well, to add to that. You'll ask, what are these things that I can show? So one could be you doing something you love. It doesn't need to mean you're, don't force something you're not, but do put up a photo where you're doing something you love, where you are in your element.
For example, like I would love for me, it helps me because, for example, I really love music and music's important to me and I love partners and guys who also enjoy music. So if I saw a photo of you perhaps playing an instrument or like at a concert or like singing something or engaging with a similar interest.
She's so good at this. You're so good at this. You gave 3 good examples of showcasing your interest in different settings.
Sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. I would be, so happy to see someone, oh my gosh, you're into the same like kind of niche interest as me. So highlight your quirks, highlight your niche interests because you might just strike a chord with the right person.
Second could be, you just looking really, really nice. Like, can flaunt yourself. A third could be like a different setting of maybe doing something fun. It could be with friends, could be, But then again, group photos, definitely not more than one. No one wants to play eeny, meeny, miny, mo and figuring out which one you are. So, Chandra, did you notice that he has not political on his profile?
I noticed.
But I'll tell you the interesting thing, okay? These apps allow you not to put an opinion. As in, you can choose to not put it. You chose to put it, but then put not political. So you chose to be bland. Okay, maybe it's important for you to put it out there that you're not political. And maybe I don't think there's anything such as not political. Everyone's political. Which is why I would refrain from saying it. Like, okay, there's that question on fitness, right? I never work out. I sometimes work out. I work out all the time. I know I sometimes work out. Or maybe never. But that's not a part of my profile I want you to see because I don't want to market that. So I will choose not to answer that question. So my whole point on this was like as an insight that if it is not adding to your profile, just shut up. Don't talk about it.
Being apolitical is a political
Thank you. Thank you.
Doing not voting is a political
You are coming from a sheer place of privilege where you can actually say that I'm apolitical because the world suits you so much.
Your complicity is supporting the oppressor. I think when you're looking for partners, like if you're coming out the gate right out front, okay, like I'm making this choice. Then it's helpful information. Like honestly, I appreciate when people are honest.
Yes.
Because that helps me be like, okay, thank you, but I'm not interested, or thank you, but thank you and have a nice day.
The one good thing I wanted to highlight in the profile was that while his angles are not changing ever,
the settings are.
And that shows variety. At one place he's outdoorsy. At one place he's at an event. A third one he's with a friend. Yes.
He has one friend.
Fourth is a mirror selfie. While I'm not a fan, it's still a variety. And the last is from travel.
Nature.
Yeah. Nature. And then he's also shown a picture of him in a very different attire and setting. So I really like that about the profile.
True. He appears to be culturally rooted also, which I appreciate.
Really?
Huh?
Because of the outfits?
Yeah, like, see, he has, like, his Indian side also coming out.
And he's well-dressed. I don't agree. I don't like it personally, but he's well-dressed. He's wearing smart clothes everywhere. I just wish he would
button his shirt, like, a little more buttons.
Just one more button.
Like, I don't need to see all the way down. Next.
Let's do this.
Let's do this one.
Chandra.
All right.
Okay, serious note.
On a
Chandra,
serious note,
he'll make a great husband. You know how I know?
because he is one.
मेरे साथ ऐसी photos ले सकता है.
All I can say is like, at least he's not a commitment phobe. I can see that. So many men are afraid to get married these days, you guys.
He's
Not him.
No, he's so not a commitment phobe. He wants to commit twice.
Again. He's like, bring it on. More
मेरे को
commitment.
दूसरी wife चाहिए. And I hope he's after this written.
See, it says he's looking for a long-term partner.
Maybe, okay, on a serious note,
Nice.
it's possible that this marriage or whatever it was, maybe it was a pre-wedding shoot
Ended.
or whatever, ended. But why will you put a photo with that person? I'm happy, but या तो लिख देता replacement ढूंढ रहा हूँ मैं.
Looking for,
है ना?
Hanji. Seeking.
या तो लिख देता this could be you
Yeah.
or something.
Like he could put like a circle on her face and just be like, insert your photo. That would be so creative. Okay, but I do want to, in his defense, in B's defense,
चूड़े डाले हुए हैं मैडम
नहीं,
ने
रुको, रुको.
कि
I would like to say a word on his behalf.
I'd like to hear this, Chandra.
It is almost a universal truth that you look your best on your wedding day. You put a lot of effort in the months leading up. Matlab, I have seen the level of beauty treatments that both men and women do. Like ahead of their wedding, they get their skincare on track. They get their exercise and fitness on track. They shop for the best clothes.
Yeah.
So why would you not
अरे
put the
चंद्रा,
pictures?
तो अगर मैं अकेले लहंगे में बैठ के मेहंदी के साथ ऐसे फोटो डालूं तो भी समझ आता है at some level with your logic. Why would I have the man behind me with his hands on my shoulders and going like ये लोग, and it's not even next to each other, ऐसे forehead पकड़ के, मतलब ऐसे आंखों में आंखें डाल के खोए
And
हुए
look at the color coordination. Like they do have good style.
I hope it's an X.
If I'm very honest, I would swipe right. Like I would.
Really? I think you're okay. I will just say something. If someone understands, they understand. Maybe they are on the app together. On a serious note, though, I have seen couples make profiles together.
Looking for a third. God bless. So, K.
Oh,
Cute लग
he's
रहा है.
verified. हाँ, photo अच्छी है.
He looks like he's at a hotel maybe.
Yes, it's a hotel. I know which one also, but
Oh.
sorry.
Fun-loving character. So far,
Achhi photo.
I see. Like I think first impressions are everything, and he has made a positive first impression. I'm not seeing like major, anything majorly wrong with this picture.
And I'll tell you another first impression, as shallow as it sounds.
He's cute.
That though he is, but he's put a photo in a good setting at a 5-star hotel. That also at some subconscious level signals that he goes to such places and he will take me to such places. Now I know no one consciously thinks like that, but that's how subconsciously people
that's
perceive photos.
That's true. He's at the pool. He's basking in the sun.
Oh, that's so much text. Too long, but I'll read it.
My greatest strength is.
भाई पूरी दुनिया ही उसकी स्ट्रेंथ है. स्माइल, एम्पैथी, ऑनेस्टी, वर्क, फैमिली, फिटनेस, राधे राधे, लिंक्डइन भी दे दिया.
Okay.
I think he's joking though at this point. Not active on social media, but you can find me on IG and Facebook.
I think he's joking, but he's subtly not joking. Like he is giving his handles, his social handles.
I personally really don't like that. I don't want to give you my socials. I'm on the app to first, but then that's a very personal thing. Sometimes people do take it off social media. But like, again, your greatest strength means 1 or 2 maximum things. You can't list everything in your life. Friends, family, work, smile, empathy.
Fitness, Radhe Radhe.
Fitness भी बोला है.
Yeah.
भगवान भी बोला है. बच्चा क्या है?
His greatest strength is Bhagwan. Like 6 strength, bro. I'm losing interest rapidly. Okay, but now we're at his profession.
What does it say?
He's a director of architecture and engineering at Bain and Company.
हैं? Sorry.
I didn't know
समझी नहीं
Bain
मैं.
had an architecture.
Even I didn't know that. New Delhi office hub leader at Bain. Interesting. I'm actually very intrigued by the
Architecture
job
and
itself.
engineering. Yeah. I'm always looking for jobs that are interesting and different from my own, like so I can learn new things. Like I
Yeah.
find architecture like so fascinating, but I know nothing about it. So
Yeah.
perhaps I could learn something from him.
Interesting. And nice. I mean, it's a mirror selfie, but it's nice. He's smiling. You like smiley boys, no?
Yeah, I'm happy that he's happy.
Yeah.
but
Here also, he's
I'm
smiling. Oh,
not-
I really like it. Another different setting.
I like him less now.
Why?
I think his responses were very off-putting.
That is true. मैं तो सिर्फ photo judge करती, but हाँ.
His hair
Settle down with an emotional fun. बहुत pressure डाल रहा है मेरे पे. Point is, that could be what you want, but very honestly, feedback here is, he said he's into monogamy. He said he's looking for a life partner. I think that already signals enough seriousness.
Yeah.
Your response doesn't need to put more. You are coming across as, for the lack of a better word, desperate.
Desperate.
Be chill. I may have actually considered you if you hadn't put this twice, you know? Because maybe I'm also looking for that. But itna kya pressure hai yaar? Chill. Calm down. Okay, he loves rivers.
Yeah. Nature boy. Nature boy. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Gym and bar.
I love it how he's showing his personality through his photos. He's outdoorsy, he's also a gym person, and the bar is nice. He also goes to hotels and has meals there. Showing me different things he does. So in that sense, this has been the best so far. But I think his responses have killed it for me. But, yeah, no, I
The
wouldn't.
tries be poppin'. The tries are poppin', but I'm not into the gym selfie personally.
And he loves Radhe Radhe. His Instagram also shows so.
Wow.
And see, that's the thing. You love God. You don't need to say it if your photos show it.
Why are you trying so hard to show me you're a godly person? Like, what is that? You know, are you overcompensating?
But you know, maybe it's very important to him. But even then, it's a way to show it, right? Maybe religion is important to you, and that's fine. But you need to then tell me once. Like again, to him, clearly settling down is important. And
To me, it's like, if you're trying to convince me of something so much,
yeah,
to me, I start thinking that you're a liar.
this is a very salvageable profile. If he just works on his
Needs to
responses,
reevaluate, yeah.
the rest of them are. This is actually a good profile.
Yeah.
If his responses were better, very right.
The
swipe worthy.
photographs were appropriate.
And he's well groomed and everything. Very salvageable profile.
Okay.
Okay, if you're watching this, good job. Just don't look desperate.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's end on a high note.
This guy was high when he put that photo there. क्या कर रहा है भाई तू शर्ट पहन ले
Okay, so we
please.
have the Snapchat filter in full, in full form here.
shirt.
He's not wearing a shirt, but he is wearing jewelry. He's wearing.
So he's
a
not
chain.
naked. I know he's wearing something. Thank God.
His eyes look sedated.
I mean, honestly,
Under the influence of
why would you? If I had to pick photos, like I'm imagining myself sitting and picking my photos. Why would I pick one where I'm lying down without a shirt, with a filter on it?
Yeah.
Of all photos you had, that you thought was not only good to put on your profile, but so good that it's your first picture. Poor
Concerning.
selection. Very
concerning.
poor. Yeah.
Honestly, like, I'm worried about him.
Yeah.
So you should not go out with me if you're not a
Very basic,
generic.
yeah.
Everybody
every
has to
person says
eat.
that.
Everyone
no,
has to
every
eat.
single profile.
That you're a foodie.
Yep, I'm a foodie. I'm also a foodie, but then show me depth, right? What does foodie even mean?
Mean to you.
Yeah.
Okay. App support engineer.
Okay.
Sure.
Smart. And he's at a reputed organization, which. Okay. I don't want to give information on the organization. Good. He's a Sikh looking for a life partner.
Oh.
Is that a
Interesting.
sketch?
This is like a cartoon of him.
That's a nice photo.
So maybe some interest in like art or himself. I think more.
Yeah.
More likely, he's just interested in himself. Okay, now so he's on a road trip. Clearly,
He hasn't hit the number plate.
His number plate is what's J? Jharkhand.
Yeah.
Okay, so his number
you
plate
went
is
down to.
Jharkhand.
ये भी नहीं, I get it.
No, but I'm only thinking, okay, so why is his car from Jharkhand? Like, is he from Jharkhand?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
Or his friend is, if it's a friend's car.
Right.
But my concern is, why are you putting a number plate for the world to see? I can literally track
There's
it
a
down.
security concern.
Exactly,
There. He's not
yeah.
very cautious.
It's a nice photo though, that aside. It's a very
Yeah,
nice
he looks
photo.
cute in this picture. If he had started with this one and not the
Yes.
Snapchat filter, I would have actually
Looked
gone
at
for
the
it.
profile. Someone.
I'm looking for someone who will go to Leh Ladakh on a bike with me. Okay, so adventurous spirit, traveler, road trip. I'm getting the archetype here. Like I'm figuring out who this person is. The sunglasses, the biker jacket. I know the type. We've seen the type. Dating me is like Bollywood style love story.
Why is BSLS capital?
There's a grammar issue.
No, is he like branding it?
Maybe he has trademarked. Bollywood style.
Okay, as a lawyer, this really triggers me. Why are random things like capital?
Yeah, as a writer, it also triggers me.
Oh, okay, listen. I'll tell you a very pertinent feedback here.
Okay.
He's already told me that he's into
traveling, biking,
adventure. 4 times in the profile, it's come through.
Leh Ladakh.
Number 1, Leh Ladakh. Number 2, in front of the car, where he's clearly going for a road trip. Number 3, when he's fixing his bike.
Yeah.
And number 4, you're right. This is clearly on
biker
a trip.
jacket on a
yes.
trip.
भाई समझ गई. जाना है तुम्हें पहाड़ों में. Lost soul, finding yourself. मैगी खाना पसंद है. Chill. कितनी बार बताओगे मुझे उस बारे में, right? Like,
exactly. No, he's becoming very much like an archetype of a, the type of person.
Yeah, it looks like then you don't have a personality if that's your only personality.
That's all for today's episode with Verona. We hope you enjoyed this content and really understood the fundamental principles of marketing yourself and making a good impression. So now that we've reviewed all these profiles, we've thoroughly taken apart and in some cases torn apart these profiles, all that's left to say is,
who are we to judge?